About the tournament, Marcus Rashford, right? In my opinion, he had a really good game. We saw him and we thought, oh, he's threatening. Now, we looked at the stats and they weren't as positive. So the stats were saying it's 2 successful dribbles from 7, 0 accurate crosses from 6 attempts as well. And he only had a single shot on target out of 5. Now, that sounds crazy, Rio, but we watched it together and we looked at it and we thought, this guy's actually putting in the works, man. He's putting them under pressure.
You know, Rashford, mate.
I like him.
He's a good player. Let's not get away from the fact that Rashford is a top player.
Yes,
but do you think he should start for England?
I'd start him tonight, yes, 100%.
He should start.
Yeah, 100%.
If he play, but he should start regardless now, right? We've seen Anthony Gordon. We've seen enough. He's not.
Yeah, and like I said, I have sympathy with Anthony Gordon about the way that the team was structured first half. I thought we were poor, and I don't think we gave... And I said this to you, Noni had far more space and the ball was moved quicker out to Noni than it was to Gordon. Far quicker. There was balls that were played out first time. By the time the ball gets to Gordon, there's been 3 or 4 passes. And by that time, the Ghanaian midfielder shuffled across. I don't know why we didn't move the ball quicker out to him, to Gordon. Noni saw a lot of the ball. And he only went on the outside once in that first half. When he did, we nearly scored from it. I don't know why we didn't offer Gordon the same amount of support. However, having said that, when he got the ball, I felt we could have done a bit more with it. Rashford's going to get the nod tonight. I'll be amazed if Rashford doesn't start tonight.
Let's go. I think Rashford was brilliant. I really loved seeing him live and seeing how active he was. How he just was so willing to get on the ball and go 1v1 and create any opportunity that he could. I think he has to be on the field in order for them to be able to continue down the knockout stages.
On the left had not been good. See Rashford operate against Panama. Certainly was a step in the right direction. Whether Saka over Madueke is another option that makes England better. But so far, it's been a pretty low bar. You mentioned the Ghana game where I thought England were desperately underwhelming. Very lucky to come out to that with a win. Despite the Harry Kane miss later on, there was the concert challenge that clearly was a penalty in my opinion. And then while you get the win against Panama.
Yeah, I think sometimes stats can skew the way things are in reality. I think that you can massage the stats to suit your argument sometimes. But I think if you're just talking about the eye test with Marcus, I think his whole energy looks much better. It looks really good. His body language is really positive. And I think what was, I think to kind of really kind of go, this is what his performance was like. For me, it was a performance that showed a lot of promise without being decisive and without being clinical. I thought he got into some really good areas. I think he up until the decision-making part at the end of it, I think he would have been doing everything that the manager would have wanted, running in behind, being a threat in behind on the last man, getting to 1v1 situations. But him and Saka, both sides, it was just the end product that wasn't there this game. But I saw enough to make me still have the belief in those guys to be the ones that are going to really unlock things for us outside of Jude and Harry Kane.
Rashford, for me, has got a bit more of a striker's instinct than Gordon. Rashford wants Rashford, for me, Rashford wants to look, if he can't go outside, he'll want to come inside to link up or maybe try and bend one in the top corner. Gordon's a bit more, he'll come back on his right foot to put a cross in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Rashford's a bit more of a dancer.
Yeah, I still think that we're not seeing a 10 out of 10 Rashford in that sense in terms of his dribbling, but I thought his delivery was good, and there was a few times where I thought actually the players that he was crossing it to weren't taking up the right positions. I think we mentioned it at one point, no one was attacking front post, and then when we did, we scored. And you're like,
Steve should be manager.
Both the goals came from both of those sorts of crosses and deliveries, but there was quite a few times where there was like 3 players clustered at the back post, and you're like,
Spread yourself.
Does no one want to make a run towards the front there? So for me, I've seen enough that he starts over Gordon. That's not even close to being an argument. But I still don't think he's like 10 out of 10 Rashford yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same with a lot of the players in general.
Also, he's just played against like low block twice. So it's like, that's very difficult for someone with the characteristics of Marcus. He shines when you do come up against a France and they put you in your own half and he's got 40 yards to run into and you stick a ball over the top, he gets it. That's what his game is. Yeah. So
he's not just a person who wants to run. He has got really good delivery. He put the ball yesterday in really good areas at times. It's just that we didn't maybe flood the box with enough bodies and it just didn't fall to the right person at the right time. But sometimes if the ball doesn't land on your teammate's head, it doesn't mean it's a bad ball. I thought he had the right pass selection in those moments.
Yeah.
Just execution and maybe not enough bodies in those areas to get on the end of things.
Yeah.
When a performance is that special, it doesn't just get people talking, it forces the absolute legends of the game to sit up and take notice. What Marcus Rashford did on the pitch for England against Panama left the entire football world completely stunned. We saw Rio Ferdinand absolutely buzzing in the studio, breaking down the sheer confidence, the movement, and that blistering pace that left the defenders chasing shadows. Rio knows exactly what it takes to wear that England shirt at a World Cup, and seeing him give Rashford his flowers shows you just how massive this moment really is. But it wasn't just Rio, was it? From the pundits' desk to the social media reactions, we saw a total consensus from the icons who have been there and done it at the very highest level. When you have the game's greatest legends, players who built their own legacies on nights just like this, all agreeing that Rashford completely ran the show, you know we are witnessing the rise of a truly world-class talent on the international stage. He didn't just play well, he controlled the tempo, terrified the backline, and proved that when he is in this kind of form, he is absolutely unplayable. This performance is going to be talked about for a very long time, and it raises a massive question for the rest of the tournament. Now that the dust has settled on this masterclass, I want to hear from you. How far can this England side go with Rashford firing on all cylinders like this? And which legend's reaction surprised you the most? Drop your tactical breakdowns and opinions in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and let's get the debate started. If you want to keep up with the deepest football analyses, the biggest tactical breakdowns, and exclusive looks at how the legends view today's superstars, make sure you smash that like button right now. It really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss a single upload. Before you go, the football drama doesn't stop here. Click right now on the video appearing on your screen to dive straight into our next documentary where we break down another legendary football narrative you definitely don't want to miss. Thank you so much for watching, keep supporting the channel, and I will see you guys in the very next video.